Have you ever pictured Antarctica not as a white desert, but as a green coastline with rivers, cliffs, and forests? One of the strangest objects ever pulled from an archive is often used to tease that idea. The Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513, a world map so detailed it still triggers arguments today. Some people claim it shows the coast of Antarctica centuries before Antarctica was officially discovered. If that were true, it would raise a wild chain of questions. Did ancient coastlines get mapped long ago? Was the climate different? Or are we simply seeing a cartographer's best guess turned into modern myth? The map itself resurfaced in 1929, when scholar Gustav Deisman reportedly found it in the Topkapi Palace Library in Istanbul. It was drawn on gazelle skin by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis, and only a portion survives, enough to show the Atlantic world in striking detail. What makes it famous is how confidently it sketches the eastern coast of South America and the Caribbean islands, including capes and inlets that many European maps of the era handled poorly. The map is also packed with notes, some practical, like comments on currents and sailing knowledge, and some cultural, describing lands and peoples through the lens of the early 1500s. And like many maps of that time, it doesn't stay purely scientific. It drifts into legend with strange islands and sea creatures, reminding us that medieval and Renaissance cartography often blended real navigation with rumor. But the real obsession comes from the bottom of the map. There's a southern landmass, drawn as if it connects to South America by a narrow stretch. Some enthusiasts argue those bays and mountain-like shapes resemble Antarctica's coastline, or even the subglacial outline Antarctica might have, without ice. That idea is controversial for obvious reasons. Antarctica wasn't confirmed by modern expeditions until the 19th century, and seeing its hidden coast under ice required much later technology. So believers propose an explanation that instantly turns the map into a mystery novel. Piri Reis must have copied from older source maps, possibly from a time when the world was different, or from an ancient maritime tradition that could chart coastlines with shocking accuracy. That's where the lost civilization theory enters. If a pre-glacial map tradition existed, its makers would need advanced navigation, astronomy, math, and reliable methods for measuring direction and distance over open ocean. Supporters sometimes point to ancient cultures famous for their sky knowledge, like the Maya or ancient Egyptians, and even to the strange global echo of pyramid-like architecture, as a hint that the ancient world may have been more connected than we assume. From there, the story often slides into Plato's Atlantis, a metaphor, to some, for a real seafaring society whose knowledge sank into legend. And then, modern archaeology adds fuel to the "what else don't we know" feeling. Sites like Göbekli Tepe, dated to well over 10,000 years ago, show complex, monumental construction far earlier than old textbooks once expected, proof that human history can still surprise us. Meanwhile, disputed underwater formations, such as Japan's Yonaguni Monument, get pulled into the conversation as possible remnants of submerged structures. Even if mainstream researchers dispute these leaps, they keep the same question alive. Could there be forgotten chapters of prehistory that shaped later myths? Zoom out, and the Piri Reis map isn't alone in causing controversy. The Vinland map, which appeared in the 20th century and is attributed by some to the mid-15th century, depicts Vinland off the North American coast, tying into Norse sagas about voyages around the year 1000 and names like Leif Erikson. Its authenticity has been heavily debated, which makes it a perfect companion to the Piri Reis story. A map that might prove astonishing early knowledge, or might be a modern puzzle in disguise. By contrast, some old maps are mysterious without being myth bombs. Korea's Kangnido map from 1402 presents the world through a Joseon dynasty lens. Large East Asian landmasses, a recognizable Arabian peninsula, and a broad sense of the known world shaped by diplomacy and trade. And China's early 15th century Ming-era maps such as the Da Ming Hunyi II, reflect an administrative worldview, empires, borders, and a structured approach to geography that served governance as much as exploration. Then you have the Greco-Roman tradition. Thinkers like Ptolemy treated mapping as a scientific problem using geometric grids, meridians, and parallels that helped lay foundations for later latitude and longitude thinking, even when real-world detail was incomplete. So what is the Piri Reis map really? A masterpiece of early modern compilation, part navigation, part storytelling, part rumour, and a reminder that maps aren't only pictures of the world, they're pictures of what a culture thought the world was. And that's why the Antarctica claim refuses to die, because it sits right at the edge of history and imagination, daring us to decide where evidence ends and where the legend begins.
Why this interest in the bottom of the world? Nobody living down there.
I tell you one reason they're interested. It's by far the most valuable, important place left in the world for science.
Have you ever heard of Operation Highjump?
No.
Dude,
What's
it's
Operation
crazy.
Highjump? What does that mean?
You've never heard this?
No.
It's the greatest story ever, bro.
Project Highjump, also known as the United States Navy Antarctic Developments Program, 1946 to 1947, stands out as a remarkable chapter in the history of exploration, blending military precision with scientific curiosity. This operation, under the guidance of the indomitable Admiral Richard E. Byrd, was more than just an expedition. It was a groundbreaking venture into the unknown, aimed at asserting US presence and prowess in the Antarctic during the tense early years of the Cold War.
So the U.S. government's like, something's going on with Antarctica. There's some activity up there. We want to find out what's going on. So they send this cat named Admiral Byrd up to investigate with a giant fleet.
At the heart of Project Highjump was the establishment of Little America Fu, the latest in a series of bases that served as a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. Located strategically on the Ross Ice Shelf near the Bay of Whales, this base was not just a shelter but a fully equipped research station. With state-of-the-art labs, living quarters, and storage units all designed to endure the extreme cold, Little America 4 became the epicenter of operations facilitating groundbreaking research in meteorology, geology, and glaciology. It was from here that aerial and ground surveys were launched, significantly enhancing our understanding of Antarctic geography. But Project Highjump was as much about the people as it was about the place.
And
So,
this is where the missing 411 come from, which is all these people have mysteriously disappeared in force.
Over 4,700 military personnel underwent rigorous training to adapt to the harsh polar conditions, marking the operation as much a human endeavor as a technological one. The expedition tested the limits of cold weather gear, from specialized clothing to heating systems, ensuring the team could operate effectively in the unforgiving Antarctic environment.
There will be a number of expeditions to the bottom of the world because the government has really become interested.
The technological achievements of Highjump were nothing short of revolutionary. The operation marked the first major use of helicopters and aircraft in Antarctica, transforming the logistics of polar expeditions. This fleet of snow tractors, weasels, aircraft, and ships was not just tested, but proven in the polar climate, providing invaluable data for future operations in similar conditions. Beyond the scientific and logistical achievements, Project Highjump was a statement of geopolitical intent.
I 100% believe this is spiritual war and that these people are working with dark entities, and that's what this is all about.
In the shadow of the Cold War, establishing a US presence in Antarctica was a strategic move, showcasing American capabilities and interests in this remote region. The operation navigated the complex terrain of international law and diplomacy, aiming to consolidate US claims and influence in Antarctica.
I think there's low-frequency stuff going on, and they've made deals with people and things, and that's what I think's going on.
It's clear that this was no ordinary expedition. It was a bold foray into the unknown. The establishment of Little America 4 and the extensive training and testing that took place under the harsh Antarctic conditions were all steps toward a greater understanding of our planet. The legacy of Project Highjump would eventually lead to the Antarctic Treaty System. When Admiral Richard E. Byrd spearheaded Project Highjump in the mid-1940s, he wasn't just leading an expedition. He was venturing into the unknown on a scale never before seen in Antarctic exploration. This ambitious endeavor by the United States Navy was a testament to human curiosity and the drive to push beyond conventional boundaries. With over 4,700 personnel on board, ranging from naval officers to scientists and support staff, the operation was a massive undertaking that showcased the Navy's commitment to exploring and understanding the mysteries of the Antarctic continent. The fleet for this colossal mission was just as impressive, comprising 13 ships with diverse capabilities. Among them, the USS Philippine Sea stood out, not just as an aircraft carrier, but as a floating base for aerial operations that brought unprecedented mobility and reach to the expedition. This fleet, complete with icebreakers, supply ships, and destroyers, played pivotal roles, from navigating through treacherous ice to providing essential logistical support and serving as platforms for scientific research. This innovation opened new avenues for exploration and research, allowing the team to reach previously inaccessible areas. Fixed-wing aircraft were extensively used for aerial photography and mapping, covering nearly 1.5 million square kilometers of uncharted territory. This was no small feat. The aerial reconnaissance conducted during Highjump was crucial for mapping the continent's geography, studying its geology, and planning future expeditions. The resulting photographs and maps became authoritative sources of Antarctic geography for years to come. The harsh and extreme conditions of Antarctica posed significant challenges, necessitating innovative technological adaptations. Everything from vehicles to aircraft and ships was modified to withstand the polar conditions. Special insulation, heating systems, and lubricants were developed to ensure functionality in the extreme cold. These adaptations were not just crucial for the success of the expedition, they contributed to the development of technologies that would be used in cold environments worldwide. According to some, the United States Navy's expedition to the icy continent wasn't just about exploring uncharted territory. It was a covert operation to uncover something much more extraordinary: exotic technologies or evidence of ancient civilizations buried beneath the ice. The story goes a bit like this. Tucked away in the vast frozen landscapes of Antarctica, there might have been remnants of an advanced ancient civilization, or perhaps even a crashed alien spacecraft. Imagine that, hidden bases or technology from other worlds right here on Earth, lying in wait under the ice. This theory plays into the idea that such discoveries could explain the rapid technological advancements of the period. Maybe, just maybe, the team behind Project Highjump was on the brink of uncovering secrets akin to those of Atlantis or other legendary lands, secrets that could rewrite our understanding of history and science. But let's take a step back and sift through the layers of this captivating story. When we dive into the official records and facts from the expedition, a different picture emerges, one rooted firmly in the realm of scientific exploration and research. There's no denying the operation was ambitious and groundbreaking, but its achievements lie in the contributions it made to our understanding of the Antarctic region, not in unearthing ancient tech or alien relics. Now, one of the most intriguing conspiracy theories that's been swirling around for decades, the idea that Project Highjump was actually a secret mission to uncover a German base hidden deep in the icy expanses of Antarctica. It's a tale that mixes real historical events with a hefty dose of speculation, all set against the mysterious backdrop of the Antarctic wilderness. Let's start at the beginning. Back in the late 1930s, Germany did indeed embark on an expedition to Antarctica, known as the Third German Antarctic Expedition. This venture was aimed at expanding Germany's whaling capacities and staking a territorial claim for resource extraction, naming the explored area Neuschwabenland, after a region in Germany. However, despite the grand ambitions, the expedition didn't result in the establishment of a permanent base, just a fleeting brush with the icy continent. Now onto the more thrilling part of the story, the theory that the Germans conducted secret drilling operations in Antarctica. According to various speculative narratives, these operations had several possible goals. Hunting for rare minerals to power their war machine, establishing a covert base under the ice, dubbed Base 2111 or New Berlin, or even seeking out ancient knowledge or alien tech hidden in the Antarctic depths. It's the stuff of science fiction with a dash of historical intrigue. But let's pause for a reality check. The technical feats required for deep drilling in the Antarctic ice are formidable, even by today's standards. Considering the technology available in the 1930s and 1940s, the idea that they could have pulled off such a feat is highly improbable. Modern ice core drilling projects, which have successfully reached great depths, rely on sophisticated equipment and logistics that simply weren't at the Germans' disposal. But as World War II came to a close, rumors started to take flight. Stories began circulating about Germans fleeing and seeking refuge in a secret base in Antarctica, supposedly established in the wake of the Richer expedition. As the years went by, this theory found its way into various books, articles, and eventually online forums and documentaries, each iteration adding layers to the narrative. Speculations about the Germans developing advanced technology and weaponry in isolation, far from the prying eyes of the world, only served to deepen the mystery and allure of the story. Yet despite its captivating narrative, this theory remains just that, a theory.